Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Washington Gun Law TV. I'm Washington Gun Law President William Kirk. Thanks for joining us. Hey, for those of you who've been geeking out on the channel, one, thank you very much. Number two, you know that we've been talking about how there really has never been a better time ever, probably in American history, for you to get a suppressor than in right now. And then we started talking about the phenomenon that, as suppressors become more and more commonplace, and it's obvious that they are being possessed in great frequency for lawful purposes, well, then one would have to beg the question of, should they even be part of the NFA? And that is not what we're going to talk about today, but what we are talking about is this very positive trend of seeing suppressors actually be treated probably the way they should. What we're going to talk today about is a piece of federal legislation actually with bipartisan support that would really streamline and probably assist what will be a stripped down ATF from enforcing laws as it relates to suppressors. So today, let's spend a few minutes and let's talk about the bill to make suppressors more accessible to Americans. Okay, hey, before we get going too far down the road we're going down, let's remember that this video is being brought to us by our good friends at the Sonoran Desert Institute. That's right, get ready to launch your career in the firearm industry today. Get ready to start arming yourself with education today. And most importantly, get ready to start defending the inalienable rights of millions of Americans nationwide, all through our most powerful act, which of course is education. Listen, the folks at SDI got a program, certificate, or degree for just about anything that you may be interested in. So for more information, check them out in the description box below, or easier yet, just visit them at sdi.edu. Okay, America, what are we talking about today? We are talking about House Resolution 10145. It is sponsored by Representative August Pfluger, Republican out of Texas, and Jared Golden, a Democrat out of Maine. This act is known as the Protect Americans' Right to Silence Act of 2024, or better known as the PARTS Act. What does it do? Well, first of all, kudos to the representatives. I love any federal piece of legislation that can be printed front and back on one piece of paper. This is awesome. Now, what does it really do? Well, what it does is it simplifies what is a suppressor and will actually assist the ATF so they don't have to go on all these wild goose chases looking for end caps and tubes and baffles and things like that. Because what it really does is it says, hey, listen, let's just get rid of these parts and combination of parts and all that, and let's just define a suppressor for what a suppressor is. So if this bill were to be enacted into law, the new federal definition of a firearm suppressor would read as follows. The term firearm silencer and firearm muffler mean A, any device designed or redesigned, made or remade, and intended 1, to silence, muffle, or diminish the auditory report of a portable firearm, and 2, to be attached to a portable firearm directly or through a mount, adapter, or other device that is not a firearm silencer or firearm muffler, or B, the outer tube or other single part of any device that, 1, provides primary housing or is the primary structure for the internal sound reduction components designed or redesigned, made or remade, and intended to silence, muffle, or diminish the auditory report of a portable firearm, and 2, attaches to a portable firearm directly through a mount, adapter, or other device that is not a firearm silencer or firearm muffler. So basically, it is a completed suppressor or the outer tube of what would be made or remade into a suppressor. Now, I know some of you are going to still freak out and go, well, this whole outer tube thing is kind of ridiculous. Yeah, it still is kind of ridiculous. Is this a move in the correct direction? Yes, it is. Is this going to satisfy all of you? No, it's not. But is it going to satisfy some of you? It should. And better yet, this is a piece of bipartisan legislation that has no chance of getting to the president's desk until President Trump is back in the White House, which means if this could pass out of both the House and the Senate and reach the president's desk, there is a high likelihood that House Resolution 10145 would be passed into legislation. Now, this is important because not only does it have bipartisan support politically, but it has huge support within the silencer or suppressor industry. Chris Beck, who is general counsel for Silencer Shop, was quoted as saying, The Parts Act introduces common sense changes to the NFA definition of silencer, ensuring that standalone parts like end caps, wipes, and adapters are not improperly classified as silencers. Knox Williams, president of the American Suppressor Association, probably a pretty cool job actually, was also quoted in support of this bill as, "Clarity in our laws is essential to protecting both manufacturers and consumers. The Parts Act provides a practical solution to eliminate regulatory ambiguity and align federal law with current technology." So listen, this is actually a really good piece of legislation. It has 3 additional co-sponsors, and those include Representative Darrell Issa out of California, Representative Claudia Tenney out of New York, and Representative Lauren Boebert out of Colorado. So once again, it is House Resolution 10145, or better known as the Parts Act. We're going to link it up down below so that you can geek out on it. We're also going to link up how you can reach out to not only your United States House of Representatives, but your United States Senator, and politely and professionally ask them to support the Parts Act. If you got any other questions about this, or anything else related to what's left of our Second Amendment rights, you guys should know how to get a hold of Washington gun law by now. But if you don't, that's okay. That information, it's down there in the description box. If you got an idea for a video we should be doing around here, we want to hear all about it by you clicking on that link right there and letting us know. If you want to subscribe to our monthly newsletter, the ability to do all of that is down there in the description box. And then finally, and most importantly, let's remember that part of being the lawful and responsible gun owner, like we talk about all the time here, is to know what the law is in every situation, how it applies to you in any instance that you may find yourself. Until next time, thanks for watching and stay safe.